Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally posting this prom get ready with me, which I filmed the day of prom obviously, and that was a couple weeks ago for me, and I'm just now finishing editing it. And I know that most people's proms are over, but I still think this video will be fun to watch, and I hope you enjoy it.
I'm going to talk just for a second, but today's prom, obviously, and yeah, I'm putting a little bit of concealer on the inner corners of my eyes because that part will have eyeshadow on it later, and I really want underneath to be opaque because sometimes I can notice this little green tint and it's annoying and I can't really fix it after I do my eyeshadow, so I'm doing that as well right now.
So I really shouldn't have tried to talk on the day of prom because I was so scatterbrained and rushed. But before I put this shadow on, I used eyeshadow primer, and before I did the concealer in my corners. But I had to cut that part out because I was just all over the place. For my eyeshadow, I used 3 palettes. I used the Tartelette Clay Amazonian palette, the Makeup Forever Artist 9 palette, and then also a Buxom custom palette that I made myself. So far what I did is I took the off-white color, I think it's M530 from the Makeup Forever palette, and put it all over my eyelid, and then I put this tan color in that palette, and I believe it's M536 in my crease with a fluffy brush like I would do for every day. Then I took the mauve color from that palette as well and just started blending it in my crease. Then I dug into the Tarte palette and I took the shade Best Friend on my crease brush and I just blended that on the outer part of my eye and then to the inner part of my eye. And then to darken that up and add a little bit of a more purpley undertone, I added Multitasker. And I just put that in like just about the same area, a little bit more towards the center, and just blended it out. Then to darken the outer part of my eye even more, I took a dense brush and I put the shade Bombshell on it, and I started creating kind of like a sideways V, like on the outer V part of my eye. That's what I call it anyway. So just like the lower, like right along the lash line, and then out to the wing area, and then up a little bit in the crease, and just really darkened up that outer part so it'll go with the wing. And then I went back in with Best Friend and blended it inward just so all the colors transitioned less choppily.
Okay, I'm also going to talk for this part. So now that I've done this, I'm going to be creating sort of a cut crease. You're going to see it's kind of crazy. But I'm putting a little bit of primer on the back of my hand. And then I'm taking a little bit of concealer. This is a Tarte Shape Tape. And I'm also putting that with it. And then what I'm going to do is I just kind of take this flat brush and I just kind of get some of both. The reason I'm using both is because the primer I have isn't pigmented, but if you have a primer that's like opaque, then you can use it. But since it doesn't have pigment, I gotta put the concealer with it because I have to cover up some of my eyeshadow. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in the middle part of my eye and press that down, and then I'm gonna go upward and I'm gonna create the line that I want. And I'm not going to take this out far on the outer corners of my eyes because I'm going to have other color there, but then I'm going to take my finger and pat it down because it's really creamy right now, and I just kind of blend it outward. And it'll get everywhere when I open my eyes. Now my line's not super crisp right now, but it doesn't have to be.
The bright purple that you're going to see me put on my eye in just a minute is a Buxom Individual that I put in the palette I made myself, and it is called Posh Purple.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fluffy brush And I'm going to take this bright purple. Okay, I'm doing a voiceover. But I'm just going to put it on it before it like dries completely and really get the pigment on there. I guess I'm not doing voiceover on this part. I'm kind of scatterbrained and my room is a mess and there's so many things. Okay, and then on the inner part, I'm taking this little tiny dense eyeshadow brush. And I'm taking this lavender color, which has like blue reflex in it, and I'm doing the whole inner area. And I'm blending it into my inner corner too, because it's kind of unavoidable, and I think it's a really pretty color.
The light purple that I'm using is also by Buxom, and it's called La La Lavish. Now I'm taking my black shadow from my Makeup Forever palette, and I'm just really darkening up that outer corner with the same dense brush I used earlier. Just darker and darker because dramatic is what I'm going for. Of course, I had to blend that out and then add some tape because I'm going to start doing some eyeliner. Then I just took my Maybelline eyeliner. It's gel and it's in like a pot, and this is the brush it came with, and I really need a new one, but anyway, I just did some winged eyeliner with it. I used the tape just to make sure that the line was very crisp and faded out nicely with the eyeshadow. So yeah. Now this next part's a little bit more tricky. I am taking the eyeliner and I am creating a line in my upper crease, and it just where the black is, and then dragging it out to meet the purple. Yeah, you can see me going back in and doing my eyeliner some more, but I'm just like darkening it up. But anyway, the line at the top, I have to carefully connect it with the wing so that they fade out together. And I'm using this line to make a base for the glitter that I'm going to be lining in my crease in a minute. And then I also went back in with that black eyeshadow just to blend it together with the eyeliner in the crease. Now I'm taking a Stila cream eyeshadow. It's called Violet Vixen. You can only get it at Sephora. And I just put it right above my black eyeliner just to add a little bit more of a pop. And then I'm taking some white cream shadow. This is just by like Fantasy Makers or something that you get at Halloween. And then this little tiny eyeliner brush, and it is by It Cosmetics. And I'm just dragging it along and making a white line above my eyeshadow, like where my bright colors meet the transition browns. And I am just lining it best as I can and making it as opaque as I can, carefully. And it took a while, but anyway. Also, at some point, I used a MAC glitter loose eyeshadow or something. I think it's the color Naked, and I just put it on my brow bone, but I don't know if that's in here anywhere, so just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, I won't remember this when I'm doing a voiceover. So tip, whenever I start to use the glitter, I take it off of the applicator, but then it's always clumped up, so then I just dab it on the back of my hand so that I can flatten out the brush and get the shape I want. Like on the brush, so that it's easier to apply and I don't like get a clump anywhere.
So for this glitter like cut crease, I started off with a Stila Magnificent Metal glitter thingy, and this one is in rose gold, and I just, like I showed you in that little clip, I just put it on the brush and I start lining where I have the white, and I put the white there just to make sure that the glitter really didn't have any problems showing up very opaque on top of all the eyeshadow. And so I just lined as carefully as I could and kind of went in and made it thinner, closer to my tear duct. And then after I used the rose gold, I used Recharged, and this is a Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadow. Then I did Violet Vixen, which is a Stila one again. Then I went in with a silver eyeliner by Fantasy Makers. And then on top of that glitter eyeliner that was silver, which is all the way at the end, I added some Urban Decay Heavy Metal eyeliner in the color Distortion. And it's kind of like it reflects all colors. And yeah. And whenever I switch colors, I just kind of fanned them out and blended the next color in so that it wouldn't be like little lines in between each color change. Because I was so pressed for time, I didn't film me putting on my lashes, but before I put them on, I used Urban Decay Perversion and I think some Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. And then my eyelashes are by Ardell and they're faux mink ones. And just a fair warning, it's about to get crazy because I was so rushed and I talking like a crazy person.
Okay, so I just got finished doing my eye makeup. Looks like this. I just put on my fake eyelashes and I need to clean off my skin so that I can do my face, but I have a hair appointment and I'm supposed to be there in 10 minutes. That's loud. And so I'm leaving now and I'm not sure if there's any way for me to film and drive. So, okay, so I just got finished with my hair and now I actually have like a second to breathe and to video for just like a quick minute. My face looks absolutely awful, but it's just because I haven't done makeup yet and it looks so dark in here, but anyway, I can't really show my hair very good. I'll try to take a video of it. I can't tell if I'm getting myself in the camera and it's dark, but I'll probably take a clip of it when I get home, and I'm gonna go home and do my face makeup and then get dressed and then run to my grandparents' house and then go to get pictures, maybe at 2 different locations. If I don't have time, I'm going to skip the first location. And then la-di-da-di-da, the day goes on, which I'm not going to vlog the rest of the day because this is Get Ready With Me and that would just be stressful. But anyway. Okay, I'm going to head home now. Okay, so my room is an absolute disaster, but this is my dress. You can't see it because it's not put in there right, but anyway. And my shoes are in this glitter box. They're pretty. This box is just so pretty to me. The box is probably prettier than the shoes. You can see self-tan stains on the thing, but I need to wash my sheets. And these are my shoes. I've already worn them once. I'll wear them on Easter. And yeah. Here's my hair. I gotta pin it back. But let me see if you can see it from the back. I'm pretty sure I just talked to the camera to myself for a good 5 minutes and it wasn't recording. So basically what I said was I used a makeup remover wipe on my face and my eyebrows, and now I just put on some Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and I'm running behind schedule. I'm using Stay Luminous, CoverGirl Outlast, and CoverGirl 3-in-1. I'm mixing them together. Who knows what combination I'm going to be doing of foundations here, but yeah, and the beauty blender. But anyway, so I just used the bathroom. And I knocked a box of contacts out of the cabinet into the toilet and I just peed. And that was a struggle. And then I brushed my teeth in a different bathroom and I had the cabinet open, and while I was brushing my teeth and I raised up and I caught my hair on it and kind of messed it up a little bit. So that was just dandy.
So now I'm just taking my Tarte Shape Tape and I'm putting that under my eyes and making like a V to highlight and to brighten up my under eyes, but also on my chin, my T-zone, and my nose. To add some dimension to my face, I used some contour. This was a cream contour color from the Smashbox Masterclass Theory palette, and I used my beauty blender and I put it in the hollow areas of my cheeks and made my cheekbones more defined, and I did the outside of my forehead, and then I also did my jawbone. Then to set that contour and also just bronze up my face more so I look less pale in pictures, I took my contour palette by It Cosmetics, and the colors don't have names, but I just took the one that matched my skin tone best, and I went over top of that contour and then kind of just bronzed up any other areas on the outer parts of my face. Okay, this part is super annoying because you can see me talking, but I can't remember if I cut this out because it was annoying or I was on the phone or something. But anyway, I took a blush. This was also from that Smashbox Masterclass Theory palette, and I just put it on my cheeks, and then I blend it out with the same big brush I used for bronzer. And then I highlighted my cheekbones with the Tarte Skin Twinkle palette. It has 2 shades in it, and I mixed them both together. And I just put that on the tops of my cheekbones and around my eye to above my eyebrow and then the center of my face. Now for my eyebrows, I didn't do a whole lot, but I just took a dark brown shade from that contour kit and I just kind of filled in the tops of them where some of my arch is kind of sparse, just to make it more defined and noticeable. And then I also lengthened them a little bit, and then I put a clear brow gel in them to keep them in place all night. Okay, and then for underneath my lower lash line, I just took some really light brown that I used for a transition shade earlier, and I just used a little small detailed brush and I lined that all along my lash line. That way I had a set little base before I put on my eyeliner. This is the Ardent in Black Monster eyeliner, and I just ran that along the bottom of my lower lash line. Then I believe I took some black on the brush and then I really patted that on the eyeliner just to make it stay in place and to keep it from running, and I just smudged it back and forth until I thought it was really good and gonna stay in place. Then I cut this part out, but I just used the Perversion mascara on my lower lashes, and also I set my face with translucent powder earlier. I'm not sure if I got that in the video. Now for my lips, I'm using the Stila liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Perla, and I'm just putting that all over and shaping them how I like them. And finally, to finish everything off, I sprayed my face with the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Yet again, this didn't end up in the video, but just know that I did that.
Okay, well, now it's gonna be time to get dressed. Woohoo! I'm ready and we've just taken pictures. I haven't had time to vlog or anything. It's been crazy. And now I'm headed to meet my date. We both took pictures, but we gotta meet and then get in the same car. And then we're gonna go eat and anything, or blah blah. So I'm just gonna insert pictures. There's no videos of us getting pictures or anything because I'm just not able to coordinate anything that crazy, but yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I'm sure prom's a blast. Just kidding. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be a blast. If it's not, I'll have to put in the comments how terrible it was. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for watching. Bye guys!